I'm Guy Shelby. The farm is called Benningham Grange. We've farmed here since '95. It's on the Crown Estate, which is called the Swine Estate. It's predominantly arable, so there's about, I would have said 850 acres of arable. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, 310 hectares is probably the best way to put it. So it's arable, so wheat, barley, oilseed rape, spring beans, and then vining peas for bird's eye. But it's really a mixed farm, so we have a sheep flock, so there's about 350 ewes that my brother sort of manages and looks after. We have about 50 store cattle, which they've been brought in because we're starting to grow grass lays on areas of the farm that the black grass is just starting to become a little bit of a headache, but not too bad, and increase the fertility of the soil. So the grass gets fed to the cattle, and then the muck goes back on the land. But yeah, it's predominantly arable. Yeah, it's a mixed farm, and then we have sort of 2,000 bed and breakfast pigs. So you've got all the straw muck and the slurry that goes back onto the land from them. We've got the pro-til drill. Mzuri brought the drill up, and we got our local case dealership Farmstar to come and have a look, and they've since then built a relationship with Mzuri, so they're a franchise now for Mzuri. We strip till. In some instances, this block of land we're in now, has, the whole lot gets strip tilled, because we're not going to tend to bring vining peas onto this block of land. But across the farm, about 85 to 90% is strip tilled, apart from we grow between 70 to 80 acres a year we're part of the green pea group, which grow vining peas, fresh peas for bird's eye. One of the reasons is we literally, Hull is 15-20 minutes away from the freezer works. It offers a fantastic gross margin, and it's a legume in the rotation and a spring crop in the rotation. And with blackgrass control, it offers that 1 year in 6 where we use the plough 1 year in 6, and then the 5 years in between we don't try and bring any sort of weed seeds we've buried back to the surface. So yeah, that's the amount of land we strip till. If vining peas ever went out of the rotation, we would be stripped in the whole area. But for me at the minute, that's where we lie with the rotation. On the higher organic matter soil, because it is depleting year on year, organic matter does deplete. This system's enabled us to put more, try and put more chopped straw. But with the farm as a whole, we put a lot of farmyard manure back in, slurry. We've started importing biosolids, a lot of chopped straw. But on a management term, it more comes down to the agronomy. Like I said, that the Kari soils, they grow a lot more weeds, which just takes a lot of careful management. And of course, because they've got a high organic matter, your residual chemicals don't work so great. So we use a lot of cultural controls on those soils to try and get multiple flushes of weeds, either controlling with a straw rake or going with glyphosate. But yeah, management term, the heavier soils, it sounds a bit straight, they're a lot easier to manage, if you see what I mean. But the system fits quite in really well, really. It doesn't sort of really matter what soil type it's running through. The drill it's more of the agronomy side, which is a bit more of a challenge. On reflection, what we're doing now is trying to integrate everything. If you go back to the 60s, everyone had livestock, and I think we've gone away. Arable farming and livestock farming have sort of gone their own separate paths, whereas if you look back when Dad was sort of my age and younger, everyone had livestock in the system. So what we see as the future is what we get to is we're sort of calling it balanced farming. So there was a generational shift away from livestock, mainly because of there wasn't the money in it, but a lot of it was oilseed rape came about, and that negated you didn't need grass lays in the rotation. But I think as we lose more and more actives, or resistance to herbicides grows, we're going to have to see that livestock's got to come back into the system now, whether that's growing cover crops before your cash crop, or that's bringing grass lays into the rotation. Personally, you know, we believe on this farm that's the way we're going to go. Keep pushing the strip till, you know, with the contracting side. You know, we'll just keep picking up work as and when, take on more land if it comes available. So yeah, we'll just keep growing the business, but not, you know, it's not trying to run before you can walk. It's just growing it, you know, year on year. But as I say, the main aim for us is to integrate livestock into the system. So you've got more fingers in more pies, you know, so you can weather any volatility that Brexit's going to throw at us. You know, subsidies may go altogether, they might reduce, no one knows. I mean, the government don't know. But for us, strip till offers a way of reducing our establishment costs. So hopefully, you know, our cost per tonne is less than what it would be cultivating. But bringing livestock and cover crops into the system, it allows us to expand the livestock enterprise and you know, weather the storm of volatility.